今日、6月13日、5日目になります第3回国連海洋会議、ゼリージャパンサラヤの山本さんと一緒に会場の前に、来ています。昨日の夜、笹川平和財団理事長の、須波敦理事長が到着されて、ちょっとこちらに合流していただく予定だったんですけど、ちょっと急務で、別なところからズームで参加いただいております。では冒頭ちょっと須波理事長の方から、今回の、第3回国連海洋会議と、それからゼリージャパン、それとサラヤさん、ブルーオーシャンドーム、このあたりの流れも含めてですね、ちょっと一言ご挨拶いただければと思います。よろしくお願いします。
はい、皆さんおはようございます。私が今いるのは、ニースからですね、会場から30分ぐらい離れた、ところの、に今滞在してるんですけれども、やはり非常に会場ですね、厳戒な、警備というか、非常になかなかアクセスが難しくてですね、かなり入っていくのに時間がかかるんですが、やっぱり地中海の海を見ながらですね、世界の人たちが集まって、そして、海の未来について、議論をすると。残念ながらやはりトランプさんもはじめアメリカのですね、リーダーシップというのが非常に望めない中で、ヨーロッパの人たちがですね、あるいはそれ以外の、今回フランスホストですけれども、それ以外の国々の人たちがなんとかこの海のことを議論していこうと。そして、この我々の世界の取り組みを、絶やさないと、続けていくと。そして SDGs14 番の達成をですね、やはりしっかりと、我々がみんなで協力してサポートしていきたい、そういう思いはですね、非常によく伝わった会議ではないかなというふうに思っています。本当に今回ですね、我々サラヤさんとこうした形で、世界的な、コラボレーションが、実現したことを本当に感謝しております。本当に改めてありがとうございます。そして、日経、さんプラットフォーム提供していただき、そして我々の提言もこちらから、世界に向けて発信できたということは非常に意義が高いと思っておりますので、そういう意味では日本政府というプレゼンスから言うと、もう少し日本政府には頑張ってもらいたいというところではあるんですけれども、いずれにしても、我々がみんなで集まってですね、このプレゼンスを維持できたのかなというふうに思っているところです。本当に改めましてサライさんまたこの取り組みをですね、このコラボレーションをさらに進化させて、これからも一緒にですね、世界のみんなでこの海を300年健康な状態で、残していくという取り組みをご一緒させていただければと思っています。私からは以上です。
皆さんありがとうございました。ぜひあと1日2日お元気で笑顔で頑張っていただければと思います。本当にいろいろコラボ感謝してます。ありがとうございます。
はい、社長お元気そうでよかったです。ブルーオーシャンドームすごく人気で、いろんな人ね、行きたいって言ってるんで、本当によかったです。
また皆さんお連れください。平和財団の方々もよくやっていただいて、みんな引っ張ってきていただいております。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。
どうも。
須波様ありがとうございました。
須波理事長ありがとうございました。それではこちら、国連事務総長海洋特使のピーター・トムソンさんにいらしていただいております。少し今回の国連海洋会議についてお話をいただきたいと思います。I'm very pleased to have Ambassador Peter Thompson, the United Nations Secretary General Special Envoy for Ocean. He has been here for the last 2 weeks. We started One Ocean Science Congress. We had the Blue Ocean Finance Forum in Monaco. We started the 3rd UN Ocean Conference from this Monday, this week. Today is the final day on Friday, 13th June. I just wanted to ask Ambassador Peter Thompson how you see the significance of this 3rd UN Ocean Conference being held in Nice, France.
Thanks very much. Well, this is the final day of the conference, and I'm feeling actually very happy about everything that's been achieved. You referenced those special events that were held last week. I think they've been a very important part of the success of the conference. I learned something, which is that if you're going to have a policy conference such as this, where we had over 50 heads of government and 150 ministers coming, you hold a science meeting prior to that so that you can get the best of scientific recommendations before you make your policy decisions. And so I've learned that whatever the meeting is, always put science in first, juxtapose it tightly with the policy conference which follows. There was another very important thing that you mentioned there, the Ocean Rise Summit, which we held last Saturday, where there was a launch of the Sea Level Rise Coalition. And this is at a subnational level. This is not for the national governments. And national governments, of course, look after climate mitigation, which is a very important factor when it comes to sea level rise, because sea level rise is caused by warming of the global temperature. So that's a national government responsibility, the mitigation. But the adaptation side will always be at a local level. So this coalition is made up of mayors of the world. It's made up of prefecture governors, in other words, local government, because that's where the adaptation to sea level rise will happen. This is not a small matter for humanity. This is going on for hundreds of years now, the sea level rise. 4 inches, what's that, over 10 centimeters rise since 1993 when accurate satellite measurements started. So this is a very serious matter for humanity. Our grandchildren will be looking at a different map of the world to the one that we looked at when we were children, once they reach our age. So that was a very good meeting. I have a lot of faith in those mayors. The mayor of New Orleans was here. She's become a vice president of that coalition. The mayor of Nice is the president of it. And we will obviously be supporting them. The UN is going to supply the secretariat for that. So that's the special events. And you mentioned the finance one, which was held in Monaco. Not only did it raise billions of dollars of commitments, but new ways of financing ocean action. But as I say, the Science Congress was what really had a big impact on me. We felt very well informed here at the conference this week.
Excellent. And thank you, Ambassador Peter Thompson. And I also see that many countries have done homework before they come here. And I was quite intrigued by the fact that many countries have already finalized the ratification of the BBNJ's International Agreement on Marine Biodiversity in the area beyond national jurisdictions. I guess many countries also voiced their actions to eliminate IUU fishing and express their support to the ongoing negotiation on marine plastic elimination agreement as well. I just wondered how you see the achievement demonstrated by the countries so far at this UNOC3.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. They did the homework before they came. On the BBNJ High Seas Treaty, we've now got 50 ratifications. I'm sure that we'll get the final 10 in this year. We'll have that treaty in force by the end of the year. That's not a UN promise. That's Peter Thompson saying, I am 100% sure we're going to get that done. So we'll get underway with the work on that next year. Don't forget the WTO Fisheries Subsidies Agreement that also got good momentum from this Congress, this conference in terms of ratifications. And let's remember the PSMA agreement as well, which is FAO's best weapon against IUU fishing. China signed it very recently. They didn't get a lot of international attention, but that's hugely significant. Yes, what I've learned from UN Ocean Conferences is not what actually happens at the conference. It's what happens coming out of it. It's the work that we do afterwards, the energy and the ideas and the networks that are formed at the conference are what propel us forward. In this case, propelling us forward to 2028, when we will have the 4th UN Ocean Conference in Korea. And so the other bit of homework, which I really want to bring attention to, because it's just been massive. The most surprising thing for me out of this conference, in a good way, was marine protected areas. And, I wear this because Marshall Islands, minister gave it to me. They declared 48,000 square kilometers of their territory, of their ocean, to be a fully protected marine protected area. That to forego fishing licenses and no take. Then we had, last night I was with the president of Azores. Last year, of course, they announced the biggest marine protected area in the North Atlantic, 290,000 square kilometers. A fishing nation. These are small countries whose economies are dominated by fishing, saying, we understand that actually marine protected areas are good for fishing people. So why don't the big countries follow suit of what the small countries are doing? French Polynesia, they announced here on Monday that the whole of their EEZ, 1 million square kilometers of the ocean, is now a marine protected area. These are small countries. Why can't the big countries get to these similar sorts of figures? Having said that, one of the big countries, Portugal, this week announced a new marine protected area called Orange, which is it's very significant. I think it's about 100,000 square kilometers of the North Atlantic. So these things are happening. They're not happening fast enough. I launched the 30 by 30 Ocean Action Plan on Monday here, and that provides the guidelines to governments at how to get around to 30% of their EEZs, and of course the high seas once we bring in the high seas treaty to be protected by 2030.
Excellent, thank you. And this marine protected areas, globally, the country, international communities are supposed to achieve at least 30% protected by the year 2030. And we are very encouraged by the number of the countries announced that their designation of the marine areas up to over 30%. The marine protected areas. We also noted that the Papua New Guinea have joined this Port State Measures Agreement. China was also the party greatly, but yes, the number of the parties to the Port State Measures Agreement to eliminate IUU fishing has been also increasing. This is quite important, the policy progress. I'm just wondering if you can also share any other stories that have inspired you or you found quite inspiring from anybody who was speaking at the UNOC3 or last week in Nice. Any intriguing or inspiring stories that you have observed or listened to over the past 2 weeks?
Yes, some people call me the prophet of doom because I'm always warning everybody about how the ocean's health is declining, which is measurable. You can see that, all the indices, whether it's pollution or whether it's overfishing, acidification, deoxygenation. But really, I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm a grandfather to 4 girls, and I'm just caring about their future. And I'm trying to raise the awareness of what we've been doing to the ocean, using it as a dump, over-exploiting it. And so I think for me, the uplifting thing is to see how much engagement there is now. And actually on things like coral, the way that now hundreds of thousands of people are engaged in trying to save coral. And I think they will succeed. And I'm working with Saudi Arabia now, who are now the chairman of ICRI, the Coral Initiative. And I'm feeling actually very buoyant about coral, whereas it's easy to be depressed about it.
Yeah.
Same thing with fisheries. We've had a lot of good fisheries meetings here. I think people understand that bottom trawling, overfishing, these things have got to go. We have to be much more respectful of our fellow creatures, which we happen to eat, and only use them sustainably. This is something that's also come through very strongly to me here. I think that the pollution side, people are very aware of plastic and microplastics and what that's doing to our environment. So I can't say with any certainty about that plastic treaty, but I think what has come out of here is some momentum to make it more robust than it might perhaps have otherwise been. So all in all, good people doing good work around the world, and a lot of them here in these. Feeling good about it.
Yeah, excellent. The coral reef, very beautiful creatures in the ocean, and we have to really leave it in a good shape for the present and the future generations. They are threatened by heat waves and seawater warming, and bleaching is one of the really serious phenomena that are adversely affecting coral reef. So yes, for your grandchildren, we have to make sure that they continue to enjoy the beauty of coral reef, fishery resources, and beautiful oceans. Today is the final day of this UNOC3 in Nice, and I wanted to ask what would be your expectations to the outcome that will be delivered at the end of this UNOC3 in Nice this week.
Well, there's a political declaration which has to be adopted by the conference now. That political declaration was negotiated in New York by all our countries together. That'll be adopted, all things being equal, this afternoon. No, I mean, the main thing now is for us all to get to work with all these new ideas and networks. I like to quote my favorite poem, Thalassa, where it says at the end, by a high star, our course is set. So our goal is life.
Yes.
So put out to sea. Run out the boats. Let the old seaweed crack.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Excellent. And this is a conference that takes place once every 3 years.
Yes.
I recall the first one under your General Assembly presidencies held in New York together with Fiji.
Yes.
The second one was held in Lisbon, Portugal. Third one here in France,
Yes.
together with Costa Rica.
Yes.
So in 3 years' time, we will also
Well, the
expect
offer has
another
been
one
made.
coming up.
Yes, the offer has been made by Korea and Chile to co-host,
Okay.
and I'm very confident we'll see
That
you.
will be in 2028.
Yes, and of course that's very near to the end of SDG 14's life.
Right.
SDG 14, the goal to conserve and sustainably use the ocean. So that matures in 2030.
Yeah.
So that conference in 2028 will be a perfect time for the global ocean community to say, okay, this is what we want to see the successor to SDG 14 to be.
Excellent, thank you. And this is being broadcasted in live to the Blue Ocean Dome at the Osaka Kansai Expo. And Mr. Saraya, president of the Saraya and Zeri Japan, is sitting in the dome, and we are very pleased that Ambassador Peter Thompson has confirmed to come to Osaka to speak on 21st July, possibly with our guest from Portugal. Any message to Mr. Saraya or other audience listening to you in Blue Ocean Dome at the Osaka Expo?
Congratulations. I remember when you showed me the plans for the dome, but now it's a reality. So, this is the thing. Well, we have to plan well, but then we have to carry out the action. So congratulations to you in Osaka, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, so Mr. Saraya, any questions, comments, message to Ambassador Peter Thompson?
Yes, Ambassador Thompson, we are very proud of you and of your success, and also congratulate you that you survived towards the end of this conference. But we know that you have been a very good friend and advisor to Japan too, and I wish you will share your idea also towards the future. Please visit our pavilion, Blue Ocean Dome, at the time when you arrive in Osaka. If you have some more time, we should have some Japanese dinner, but you're a busy person this year, I don't know. But anyway, we are very proud of you, and we are very looking forward to seeing you in Osaka in our Blue Ocean Dome. And thank you, Kobayashi-san, also coordinating this very, very great moment that we can see Mr. Thompson in this way.
Thanks very much. It's great to hear your voice again. I also am very grateful to the Sasakawa Peace Foundation Actually, I had a meeting this week with Mr. Sasakawa in his chairman of Nippon Foundation, wearing that hat. But yes, they do great work. I think we're both very grateful for everything they do.
Yes, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. We have many tasks, but we move one after another quickly. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you. If this is the thank you, encouraging message from Mr. Saraya, and I really thank Ambassador Peter Thompson for your continuous efforts and the partnership. Japanese Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs was also here this week, and they conveyed a number of achievements, including the finalization of this BBNJ agreement ratification process by Japan, and we really enhance this portfolio of ocean agenda in the national and international policy process. Thank you very much, Ambassador Peter Thompson, UN Secretary General Special Envoy for Ocean.
My pleasure, and see you in Osaka soon.
Thank you very much. So we catch up. Yeah. それでは山本さんに交代とご一緒に最終日、いかがですか。山本さんも本当に走り回って大変だったと思いますけども、振り返ってみて、やっぱり実りの多い日滞在になったでしょうか。
そうですね。1回目の時は本当に初心者な感じだったんですけれども、花子さんのお話とか今のピーターさんのお話もありましたけれども、本当に続いていって、次回は初めてのアジアでの韓国での開催というのを聞いて、来週ブルーオーシャンドームでも、対馬ウィークという対馬のいろいろな、セッションのある州がありますが、韓国の、とのセッションもありますので、そういったいろんなアクションをこれからつなげていって、2028年でアジアでイニシアチブを示せるような、機会に持っていけるように、また一緒にやっていければと思います。
1週間山本さんと一緒に同じポロシャツを着てここでインタビューさせてもらって、みんなにここ会場の入り口に行くために通らなきゃいけない通りではあるので、いろんな人に見ていただけて、であとこのブルーオーシャンドームっていうロゴが胸に入ってるものですから、これもいい宣伝になって、多くの人が大阪に行きたいということで、山本真理子さんのお名前もいろんなところでご紹介して、予約が取れないときは山本さんに連絡するようにと宣伝させていただきました。ぜひここの国連海洋会議の参加者の人たちと大阪、関西万博、ブルーオーシャンドームで再会できるようになるといいなとも思っています。
はい、そうですね。ぜひお会いしたいと思います。ありがとうございます。
ニースありがとうございました。じゃあサラヤさんから一言、ねぎらいの。
さん本当にありがとうございました。またご苦労様でした。ぜひこの結果、大阪で一杯飲みながら教えていただければと思います。
わかりました。
大島さん一言。
お疲れ様でした。無事今日最終日を迎えて、かなりストレスフルなこともあったと思いますが、ぜひ無事にこちらにお戻りください。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。こちらもいろいろな方に手伝っていただいて本当に感謝いたします。ニースから1週間お届けしました。今週国連海洋会議ニースからでした。小林さんと山本からお伝えさせていただきました。ありがとうございました。
あり
がとうございました。それではですね、今、ニースで行われています、フランスニースで行われています、国連海洋会議の模様をですね、中継させておきました。これをもちまして、このイベントが終了させていただきます。皆さん、お疲れ様でした。